أن محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله وصلى تعالى رحمة للعالمين. Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah who has guided us to this immense joy and blessings that we would have never found guidance had Allah not guided us. Alhamdulillah that the words for the Jummah and the teaching of Islam is not to make people Arabs. It's not about the perfection of your Arabic recitation and to impress Arabs, because Arabs don't accept your recitation no matter what you recite. It's their language, it's like trying to perfect your Chinese. It's not here to be Arabic. What's important is to take what Prophet ﷺ brought in Arabic and to enter the heart of the lands in which it's teaching. For us, English is our language, and to understand what's being recited every Jummah, the most powerful day, the day of Eid throughout all the heavens, all paradises. And that if we understand what's being recited, and there's a constant dhikr of haqqaiq. Allah saying, praise be to Allah who has guided us to this immense joy and blessings, and we would have never found guidance had Allah not guided us. We rely on no one but Allah, and on Allah we put our faith and our trust. Not your cleverness, not your ability to find something, but Allah's ancient love that is calling us to this reality. And Allah's remembrance of us, Allah's dhikr of us, of our being, that calls us to be present. To say, Samina wa Atan, I heard the call and I'm present, Ya Rabbi. I'm present in my prayers, I'm present in my Jummah, I'm present in every act of worship by the call of Allah. Had He not called you, there is no way for you to be here. You would have not answered the call, and you would have answered the call of shayateen. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. In His unique oneness, Allah has no partner, there is no likeness unto Allah. These are testimonies of faith, they are eternal, and they bear witness from today to the day of resurrection. I bear witness that our leader and our master is Sayyidina Muhammad is a servant of Allah, His beloved, His messenger whom Allah sent as a mercy to all creation. Sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa awladihi wa azwajihi wa ashabihi wa atba'ihim khulafa'i rashideen al-mahdi'een min ba'dihi wa zara'i kamilin fa'ahdihi khususun minha nimmat khulafa'i Rasulullah al-taqiq wa mirahil mu'mineen hadarati Abi Bakr wa Umar wa Uthman wa Ali Imam al-Hasan wa Imam Hussain القادر الجليل والباقيات والصحابة والتابعين رضوان الله تعالى أجمعين. Peace and blessings of Allah Almighty be upon Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his holy family, his children, his wives, his companions, his true followers, his beloved, who followed him in righteousness and kept the way of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his rightly guided and most perfected Muhammadan guides who came after him, the perfected ministers who reached an immense state of moral excellence and completed their covenant with Allah. Special peace and blessings of Allah be upon the Imams of this nation, the leaders, the Khulafa who are the representatives of the Messenger of Allah, who achieved immense stations of proximity to Allah. The leaders of the believers, our masters, Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq al-Mutlaq, perfected in being truthful. Sayyidina Umar al-Faruq, who distinguished truth from falsehood. Sayyidina Uthman al-Jami al-Qur'an al-Majid, the honoured compiler of the Holy Qur'an, the rich and prosperous. Wa Imam Ali as-Sadullah al-Talib, the victorious lion of Allah. Imam al-Hasan wa Imam al-Hussain, peace and blessings be upon them all. Their souls have an immense proximity to Allah's Divinely presence, and they are dressed from Allah's majestic beauty and majestic might. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon all of Sayyidina Muhammad's holy companions, upon those who followed in their noble footsteps in righteousness and in character, They are the exemplars of faith. May Allah's satisfaction be upon all of them. Alayhi salam. May Allah's satisfaction be upon all of them. Not may Allah accept them, but they are in the Divinely presence of Allah for their love, for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad and Allah's eminence and might and majesty continuously dressing and blessing them. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun al-hadirun ittaqullaha ta'ala wa ati'u. Inna Allaha ma'al-ladhina taqaw wal-ladhina hum muhsinun. O believers who are present here, be conscious of Allah Almighty and obey Him, for Allah is with those who restrain themselves and those who achieve a state of moral excellence. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah that Allah guided us, blessed us and dressed us, granted us a great gift of Yawm al-Jummah to be washed, to be cleansed and to be purified. And that like a Eid, Allah dresses like a newborn baby, that everything to be washed off, every dirtiness to be taken off, and that soul to be pure and purified and brought back into this dunya for another week of its activities. Immense blessings that Allah gave to the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad because of Allah's immense love for Sayyidina Muhammad. That our remembrance today and a reminder always for myself, there is no guidance except through Allah. And that if we continuously negate ourselves that I'm nothing, I'm nothing, I'm nothing, and remind that Allah's love is calling me. There's no way to attend, there's no way to pray, there's no way to mention Allah's name through anyone's cleverness. It's not in the program. And the only way that Allah's name can be mentioned is that Allah's love must be in the heart of that servant. And that Allah loves that servant and calling him. I'm calling you, I'm calling you. Are you hearing my call? And the soul says, yes, my Lord. I hear your call and I'm coming. The ego may say many things. The body may be a partner with shaitan and deny and deny and deny. At some point in their lives they realize it's your ancient love that dressed me and blessed me. It was not my cleverness, oh I went here, I found this, I picked up this book and I read this, I saw this on the internet. All of that was Allah's love and guidance. All of that was Allah wrote in that program, that oh my beloved creation, look at that and you'll remember me. Read that and you'll remember me. Understand that and you feel me, you begin to feel my love, and my love is what's calling you and bringing you. And then every reality that Allah begin to open is from that ancient remembrance. And Sayyidina Abu Yazid Bistami was thinking all his life how much he struggled, how much he loved Allah, how much he did all his great acts of worship in struggling and doing his zikr, and think how much I love Allah, how much I'm remembering Allah, until Allah opened one day hush with his soul, in which he moved into that Divine presence, and a voice spoke to him that my love for you is more ancient than your love for me. And he understood it was that calling was emanation of power moving towards him, and he was merely the recipient of that, hearing it, Allah giving even the power to hear it and then to move towards it. And the more the love from Allah the more it pulls you up. So then everything awliyaullah come into our life is that focus on that love. In life, figure out through your cleverness what Allah is going to love. Because if it's Allah's love that is bringing us, you might as well increase Allah's love, so that brings us even stronger. Then Allah comes, tell them those who realize they really want my love, فَتَبِعُونِي. And everything is lost in this ocean of فَتَبِعُونِي. To follow you, to follow you. This is Allah's dialogue to Sayyidina Muhammad. If they want my love, tell them to follow you. And the following you is where everybody is confused. Because everybody says, no, we follow Prophet. We went somewhere and some crazy person was saying he follows Prophet but talking very violent and wishing to harm people in his love, wishing to injure people in his love. And this all lies, that's Hizb Shaitan. There's no injuring in love. Love is love. There's no harming anyone in the way of love, that's hate. And the character of Prophet is khuluqul azim. Allah say, you have a magnificent character. Not because he went around and beat everybody, but because everybody beat Prophet and he didn't curse them, he didn't harm them. The children of Taif threw stones and he cried and he begged Allah forgive them. Although all their jat would be cursed, all their descendants would be cursed to the Day of Judgment if Prophet didn't forgive them. How much they threw trash, how much they threw difficulty, how much they bothered Sayyidina Muhammad. When Allah says, even the hypocrites who came against you, don't pray for them, and Prophet would still pray for them. And say, even you pray 70 times for them, I won't accept. Allah astonished by the character in which He wrote for His most beloved reality. Ya khuluqul azim, you are a magnificent character. Because Allah it's Allah's reflection. Allah's pure reflection onto this creation. Allah is a hidden treasure wanting to be known, not through anything else, but to be known through the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad to perfection. The most perfect reflection of what Allah wanted to be known by. Everyone else is a lesser reality. Everyone else is a lesser example and ambassador for Allah. Allah doesn't want to be known by them, but wants to be known by the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad, that you are a magnificent character. What I gave you of my realities, what I dressed you of my attributes, you are the perfected reflection of that reality, and I'm so pleased to look at you. It reminds me of that beauty. That beatific ocean of Allah sees the pleasure of looking at Prophet and sees his divinely reflection in its perfection. With all that love, with all of that, فَاتَّبِعُونِي. And Allah said, with all this love I have for you, if they truly follow you, I'm going to forgive them all their sins. I'm going to love them. And if Allah's love dresses us, that's what we're all seeking. If that love begins to emanate into the soul, it begins to call the servant into His Divine presence. When Allah gives sincerity in the love, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. When Allah grants the reality of Surah Al-Ikhlas upon the soul, He brings the light of that love and makes a bond with the light of Sayyidina Muhammad. And that's why they keep teaching and keep reminding that this H2O, what do you think is a stronger bond? The two H's with the O, or when Allah grant your soul to be bonded with Prophet? When Allah's Divinely grant comes, that I accept, فَتَبِعُونِي, I accept that you followed the right and correct and beatific way of Sayyidina Muhammad. Do you think the two H's are more powerful or Allah's Divinely love? Because those two H's are being held together by angels under Allah's command. As soon as Allah gives the command, the two angels separate, and one H leaves and the other H leaves, and that H and O becomes destruction. But every atom, its bond is by love, and the most powerful love is the one that Allah grants. If I grant your light to reach the reality of its love, and look with the reality of Prophet ﷺ, you'll be lost in love and you'll be in ashaqi. And every good deed that you do towards that love draws you closer and closer into that reality. We pray that Allah dress us from that light, bless us from that light, increase all our actions based on muhabbat and love, not based on money, not based on fame, not based on territory, not based on holding things because they want to hold an authority. Ya Rabbi, grant us sincere intention that what we do is for the love of your Divine Presence, love of Sayyidina Muhammad and that Allah's rida and satisfaction, the rida and satisfaction of Sayyidina Muhammad be upon us, rida and satisfaction of Ashab al-Nabi ahlul bayt al-Nabi and awliyaullah fi samahi wa fil ard. They inspire our hearts towards good deeds of God, inshaAllah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Wa tubu ilayhi. Astaghfirullah. أقول قولا هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم ولا لكم يا سائر المسلمين فيا فوز المستغفرين أستغفر الله. I say this and ask Allah the Magnificent for forgiveness for myself and for you and for all those who submit to Allah. Invoke His forgiveness, for He is most forgiving, most merciful. May Allah forgive us. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن أحسن الكلام وأبلغ الندام كلام الله المالك العزيز العلام، وكما قال الله تبارك وتعالى في الكلام وإذا قرئ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا لعلكم ترحمون. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. الحمد لله حمدا كاملا والصلاة والسلام على رسول محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. تحزيما النبي وتقديما فقام الشهني وسقفه فقال عز وجل قائلا مخبرا والآمرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. The English of that one is very important for ourselves also. All praise be to Allah, the praise of those who have been perfected. Peace and blessings be upon our Master Sayyidina Muhammad, upon his blessed family and his companions. Our life's purpose is to raise the honor and the greatness of Sayyidina Muhammad and to praise the honorable existence and magnificent status of Allah's intimate friend. Allah Almighty, the Sublime, informed and ordered us, verily Allah and His angels are sending peace and blessings upon Sayyidina Muhammad. All you who believe, ask Allah to send peace and blessings upon him and send him salutations upon him with all due reverence and respect. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad وعلى آل سيدنا محمد أنها أمة دهر الجحيم العربي والعجمي مولانا ومولانا العالمين المكرمين سيدنا بقاسم محمدا يا أيها المشتغلون بالنور جماله والمقتدون شفاعته صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كم صلاة على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كم باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم انصرنا نصرا عزيزا وفتحنا فتحا قريبا. اللهم اجعلنا لدنك وليا واجعلنا لدنك سلطانا نصيرا واختم ساعتي وسلامتي ولافئتي والنصرة علينا ولا هجاج وزواره ووزاته والمجاهدين والمؤمنين والمظافرين فبارك وبارك وجعلك أمة محمد أجمعين. سلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحش والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. وعليكم السلام.
محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.